Hello, hello. Let's get right into this. You are here to see how I would build a MedSpa account. We're going to start from scratch. This is my test account. So let's go. New campaign, obviously. I've created a fake MedSpa. We're calling it Radiant Rejuvenation MedSpa. It exists in Austin, Texas. And so we're going to base this campaign around that. So and talk more about it as we get in here. So this doesn't really matter. You can choose whatever you want. Sometimes I usually just choose this, but I know what I'm doing. If you don't, maybe you don't necessarily want to do it, but essentially we don't need this. This goal, it just changes like the solutions, the options you have kind of down here for whatever you're doing. So I just kind of click that because we don't want all of these. We really only want search, sometimes performance max. If we want to get in the map pack, this is not a real business, so I'm not going to show you that. But if you do have a Google My Business, then you're going to want to connect your Google My Business to Google Ads, and then you can run performance max, and then you can show up in the map pack as an ad. So when people say like Botox near me, you might want to do that. Search helps as well. It's really good. But for that really local stuff, I would go performance max. It has some drawbacks, like it does use display network, which I don't like, and it uses all kinds of other, I think, ads that aren't super effective. But maybe another video. For now, we just want to search. Make sure you have conversions set up. If you don't, it's going to be bad. You're going to have a bad time, but you should have seen that in the checklist. So select where results are going to come from. We want website visits and phone calls. Let me just spoof these really quick. Okay, so just put in your URL and your phone number in there. Campaign name, we're going to say RRM for Rejuvenation Med Spa. Local lead gen Austin. If it ever asks you this, I like how it says, do you want to create a new campaign or first draft? I have no drafts in here. So start new. I usually suggest start new, especially if you don't know what's going on in there. So bidding, this one does matter. For local campaigns, I recommend clicks, and I would recommend to not set a max bid. So leave this open. Don't click that. We want to bid for new and equal customers. If you click bid for new customers only, the campaign might not work. Not because you're getting repeat customers, it just the way it interacts with the structure of the ad campaign, it just seems to kind of kill stuff. So networks, turn off search partners, turn off display. Locations here, I have some zip codes, or like if you just wanted to do it, let's just do it. This might be a little bit easier. It's not real. So Austin, Texas, put in your location here. We're going to revisit locations in a little bit, but let's say you're in Austin, Texas, boom. We want this to be presence in, or people in or regularly in your included locations. The other one says, or people who are interested in your included location. So that would mean like if someone lives in California and they're thinking about moving to Austin, Texas, your ad might show up for them because they're like, what's it like in Austin, Texas? But we want people in Austin, Texas to come to our store, right? To use, that's really interesting that it limits this here. Audience segments, you don't need those. Leave those blank. And this is new. To use broad match keywords. So we can't use broad match keywords with matched clicks. That's brand new today. Never seen that. That's okay. Can't even change that. I wonder if that's true. Automatically create assets. You can use this if you trust Google. If you don't really care a ton about your brand image and colors and all that stuff, turn this on. I usually leave it off. This is trying to get you to use AI, get help creating your AI. One day it'll probably be mandatory. For now, I hit skip. And then here we can pick some keywords. So I put in my marketing website, so obviously it doesn't like no Botox and stuff. So we're going to do Botox near me, Botox Austin, best Botox in Austin. That would probably be one ad group. Here's where you're going to want to make sure you add your like phone number so that you can receive calls. We're going to want to put in some headlines. You need at least 3. As you can see, it says required, required, required. And so if you only have 3, then I would say go in here and put position 1, position 2, position 3. We can get rid of these. And if you have more headlines, you can fill them out. Description. I did this ahead of time, so hopefully it moves a little bit faster. Again, if you're watching this and you're from Austin, this is not a real med spa, so I'm not claiming I am the best med spa in Austin. I don't usually use images. This is me strictly like a site or a search campaign, so not a ton of room for images anyways. Put your logo if you want. Site links. If you have a ton of services and maybe a ton of locations also, you might want to use site links. Site links let people go to different landing pages, different pages on your website. I don't always like them so much because when I pay for traffic, I want them to go to where I want them to go to. But if you have different, this type of Botox, that type of Botox, maybe they want to look at other things, other types of wrinkle treatment. They want to look at those injections. Maybe you want to put those in there. In general, I would say stay away from them. But for local med spas, you're just trying to kind of get them interested. And so you might want to fill that out if you want to. So that's one ad. I'm going to leave it there just because we can get out of this and here we go. We can get out of this and edit it. And it's a little bit easier than this like builder. Oh, I might have to remove these. So, because this is a fake account, so I don't have like the exceptions on here. So let's just do this. Pretend I have those there. But this, again, this is not a real med spa, so I do not have the exceptions as normally people would. There we go. This is the hardest part, to get it passed through for errors. Once it does, though, we can come back around and edit it a little bit more effectively. And there we go, ready to publish. I'm going to publish it. Okay, so they'll go live after they're reviewed. If you have not installed the Google Ads tag on your website, you can do it there. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing that. So I'm just going to go up here and click out of that. Now we can make our campaign a little bit better. Hop over here. I actually really don't want this to run. So we're going to put like a penny a day for now. So We have one campaign, one location, Austin, Texas. But we actually have 3 services. So we have Botox, and we also have CoolSculpting. And this is what I do. Instead of going through the whole creation process, I like to just kind of copy and paste. And we'll do this twice. And there it is. And let's paste it again. Okay, so now we have 3 ad groups. Botox, Cool, Sculpting, and lip filler. As you see, I mean, I couldn't do it actually, but so this ad group would be only focused on Botox, Botox keywords, and Botox headlines, as you saw. Botox near me, best Botox in Austin, Botox specials, etc. Cool sculpting. Now we need to go in here and change the ad word or the keywords. We would say Cool Sculpting Austin. They're probably not going to get past, but that is okay. Because this is just, I'm just trying to show you what we want. And I do think broad match is fine because our geo is so tight that we can go with broad match. Let's go with something like non-surgical fat reduction. Maybe you have peptides, maybe you have trizipatide, maybe you have, any other thing. I would make your ad groups like this. And I'm just using 3 so we don't sit here for 20 minutes and you kind of watch me fill out the whole thing. I think you can kind of get what the keywords look like. They're going to be very straightforward. There's no real like super hardcore advanced like strategies to it. It's all very bottom of the funnel, very straightforward. Capitalization doesn't really matter. And these follow a lot of my principles of like best, question, location, where can I get the best lip filler near me, lip filler specials, Austin lip filler specialists, right? If this was a real account, I would probably have more, maybe, but lip filler, whatever, insert service here, right? So insert service here near me is going to be your number 1 keyword. If you just use that keyword, you don't really need many other keywords. If you are currently running ads, go look at your keywords. You'll probably see that's your number 1 keyword, lip filler near me. Again, we can leave them broad match because when we look at locations, we have a very small location. However, we need to do something very important here now. You need to go location exclusions, and you need to get a list of all the states and all of the countries. That's what we want to do. Because what we want to do is exclude everywhere, essentially, except for where we want to show our ads, which is right here. And if you want to spend some more time on it, I could add San Antonio, Houston. And try to like block some of those ones off as well. This is very important. So you don't spend money on people who aren't going to become your customers. There we go. It doesn't look great. These should be a little bit better. But, you can take the time and block all of these out if you want to. Don't forget to hit save. Boom. And this just helps prevent spend wastage, really. Let's go back here. We need to go back into lip filler. Change our ads to make sure they reflect lip filler, right? And really what you want to showcase in your headlines is that you've been doing this a long time, you're very good at it, and you've done it a lot of times. So if you can add in something like, I don't know, 1,000 plus procedures done, that's great, right? They want experts in their area, they want it to look natural, and they want to know that you've done this a ton of times so that they don't have to worry about, some type of adverse side effects. People would rather pay more for more assurances. So the doctor that has done 10,000 is going to be able to charge more than the doctors that done 1,000, for example, because I can trust that the doctor who's done it 10,000 times is probably, a little bit better than the guy. Maybe they're not better, but I have more confidence in the guy who's done it 10,000 times than the guy who's done it 1,000 times. Although if there's only 1,000 is the limit and you're the number one, you've done it the most and it's 1,000, say whatever your number is. So we want to save that. And then I want to go back to ad groups. Do the same thing with CoolSculpting. Go back here, go to ads, boom, boom. There you go. Get them in the door. All right, so we got what you need. CoolSculpting in Austin. CoolSculpting in Austin. Hey, here's a nice offer for you. Save $200 on your first visit. And then again, I would, 1,000 plus. Maybe cool sculpting specialist. Maybe I would just do. It might even be better if it's like an odd number. I mean, it should be a real number. Don't make it up. But if you've done 2,000, sometimes 1,745 might look a little bit different. Something like that. Let me say locally. Something like that. Those are pretty good. Headlines. We have the descriptions, save. I think that's pretty much it. Now we have one campaign, 3 ad groups. Each of our ad group is a different service, so it'll only find the people that are looking for Botox, lip filler, CoolSculpting, etc. We went over our location targeting. We're targeting our city, and we're excluding basically everywhere else. Have our keywords. We can set to broad match. If you prefer, we can set them to phrase match as well. The only key is either way, make sure you're keeping an eye on your search terms. Every couple of days, come in here. Google's a little weird with keywords these days. They're letting AI kind of run crazy in there. So you're going to want to check your search terms for any irrelevant keywords to make sure you're not spending money on traffic you don't want to be spending it on. And make sure your conversion tracking is set up. Make sure your phone call tracking is set up. And this should get you where you want to go. Make sure you are running max clicks, and make sure you turn search partners and display network off, and you're only running on Google Search Network. Beyond that, should be good to go. Hope you have a nice day.